So shall we start? Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome to another session of Krishna Leela. Hare Krishna. So last time we discussed Bakasur. Om Jnana Timiram Dasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupak Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadanti. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare. Prayers to the lotus feet of Sri Gurudev and Krishna. I request at least some of you should open your videos because everybody is just off video. It's very difficult to speak. Hare Krishna. So last time there was a question by Radharani Priya Mataji that what was the anartha of Bakasur? So there is a book called Chaitanya Shikshamrita, written by Thakur Bhakti Vinod, and he writes that Bakasur represents cunning duplicity, deceptive behavior, and hypocrisy, the outward manifestations of false lifestyle, of cheating activities. So I was just wondering, it is exactly our description because many a times we pose to be great devotees, while internally we have so many things which are very non-devotional. And unless we are honest to ourselves, I don't think we can anytime come over this anartha. So this Bakasur is always there in the heart, always trying to show something which we are not. And this hypocrisy or cheating propensity is the prime quality of Kali Yuga. One is hypocrisy, one is quarrel. So this hypocrisy, cheating behavior, deceptive behavior is represented by Bakasur. And first step to overcome this difficulty is to accept humbly. I think only devotees who are sincere and who are under the shelter of a bona fide acharya or bona fide guide, spiritual guide, who is himself a sincere spiritual practitioner, with his help, one can come over this. Of course, it is only finally Krishna and Krishna's representative, that is Guru Maharaj, who can help us to get rid of this particular anartha in us. So, we pray very humbly that let this Bakasur in the heart of all of us get killed and we get fit, we get transparent to receive the mercy of the Lord. I remember the statements of Radhanath Swami Maharaj that why Krishna loves Brajbasis very much, because they are very simple hearted. What they do and what they think and what is there in the heart, there is no differentiation or there is no difference in that. What is most important in bhakti is to achieve a state where what we think and what we say and what we do is all same. Even if there is a mistake in what we do, but because the heart is very simple and the desire is very pure, it will not have any effect of negativity. When there is negativity effect, when there is something in the heart, something in the words, and something in the action. This is a common feature in Kali Yuga. We deal with people, we deal with ourselves, how we are not yet very clean at heart. That's why we chant Hare Krishna to hope and pray that we will get clean at heart. So this was Bakasur. Now a few things which I wanted to mention last time, I did not mention, is that when Bakasur was killed, the demigods became very happy. So it is explained that the devatas became dancing and playing instruments. And specifically, Jiva Goswami mentions that they picked up jasmine flowers from Nandana garden. And in great joy, they showered these flowers on Krishna continuously in the place, if you remember, in place called Khadirwan. So then, these coward boys were almost dead, unconscious, due to the fear that Krishna was swallowed. Demigods also were quite in fear. They attacked in a do or die fashion. So when Krishna came out of the mouth of Bakasura and then finally killed Bakasura in the battle, it is said that they immediately regained their life, the coward boys. And Jiva Goswami says, very wonderful line, I like it very much. Jiva Goswami says, who can describe the tears, the trembling? That is, tears is Ashru, trembling is Kampa, choked voices, that is Gadgada, Kantha Gadgada, and change of complexion. These are the signs of Ashtavikar. So, Jiva Goswami is saying that the kind of Ashtavikar, Ati Ananda, blissful experiences that coward boys experienced, who can describe them? Because there were something like millions and millions upon millions coward boys. Now we will also come to know the story of Agasur, that even the author says we cannot count how many coward boys are there, and how many calves are there that they are carrying. So with great excitement of happiness, they said, Jai, Jai, well done. And they immediately went to the lake. Ada, you remember the name of the lake? Tell me. Who remembers the name of the lake at which Bakasur was killed? Because by remembering these names, you will get purified. Because these names are the forest of the forest which are in Vrindavan Dham. Each and every place, when you remember, even in the name, there is purification. So Bakasur, no, Venukuk was Vatsasur. Venukuk was not, it was made after Vatsasur was killed to get purified. And Bakasur was killed at the banks of Madhav Sarovar, as per Srimad Bhagavatam. Madhav Sarovar is the pond, very huge pond in Khadirvan, which is the forest of Upananda Maharaj. So they all went to the lake after they regained their life in very jubilation. They bathed in the lake and leaving the place, taking the cows, they departed for their homes. Returning to their homes, they described the actions of Bakasur and the actions of Krishna, how he killed him. See now the effect of these descriptions on their fathers and mothers, who are not with them, who are at home. And every day they are hearing what is happening. And it is so much exciting that it is filled with emotions, action, sorrow, happiness, ecstatic symptoms. It's all mixture of everything. That's why I mentioned that in Vrindavan Dham, there is no peace. Please understand. We do not go to Vrindavan to attain peace. Because while Krishna was there was no peace. So what to speak of now, Krishna of course is there, but we are not realized him. So in that stage when you go, you don't expect that we'll go and become very peaceful. But what is guaranteed in Vrindavan is bliss. Thrilling bliss is guaranteed. It is not something monotonous bliss. It is something full of variety, full of different kind of emotion, excitement, jubilation. So there were two descriptions. One description was what was Bakasur doing? How did he, swallow Krishna, and how he was sitting there? How did he fight with all the demigods, and demigods were chased away by him? It was like a horrifying description. Like this guy was going to destroy everything. And also Krishna, he is already swallowed inside the mouth. And the second description was that how he killed, how he was killed. That was second description. So, with the first description, give me a minute. With the first description, They were quite upset, and they were different kind of emotions were coming, and so different kind of emotions were coming with limbs burning. Vepatushta romancha, romaharsha. Arjuna is describing when he heard that he had to fight and everybody was in front of him, were relatives. What he is saying, my skin is burning. So that kind of experience also these Brihbasis are feeling. And then they were moistened with tears of joy when they heard the description of killing of Bakasur by Krishna very wonderfully. So they began to relish the news and as sweet as nectar. Their hairs stood on end when they were hearing the thrilling battle that Krishna had and the demigods had with Bakasur. So they were wondering, first disturbed and then joyful. They gathered together and went to Nanda's house because, interestingly, you should note, they have not yet reached Nanda's house. Krishna Balram has not reached their house. They're on the way, and on the way, there are many houses of Gopas, and they are telling their parents and all. Finally, every day when Krishna Balram comes back, all the old elderly cowherd boys, their Gopas, father and mothers, they all will finally gather at Nanda Maharaja's house. And they will receive Krishna, and they will see Krishna being received by Nanda and Yashoda, Balram being received by Rohini, and then they will be welcomed, and they will be treated nicely. And then all these coward men will come together and discuss what happened today. They will do their analysis. They will give their purports and they will take the further decisions. So it's very important to understand the way the life of Brihvasis was, how it was always centered around Krishna. And everything, single thing, whatever they were doing, they may be milking cows, they may be plowing their fields or doing all the household work. But their mind was totally focused on Krishna. And uh, their emotions were always with Nanda and Yashoda. Whatever they went, emotionally they went together. So now what they are saying is they gathered together in Nanda's house, weeping and seeing and touching Krishna's lotus face. Like what we do when we receive our child at home from school. We'll put our both palms around the child's cheeks, take him closer and kiss him on the forehead and smell his hair and hug him, embrace him and ask him, how are you? How you feel? What happened today? So all the elderly men, including Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, one by one, turn by turn to Krishna with both their palms, his cheeks in hand, and embraced him. And then they wept, they saw, they touched Krishna, and they talked among themselves about the demons and about how Krishna killed Bakasura. It's not that they're only hearing, they have their own emotions also, they're expressing and discussing. What pious acts this child must have done, and his father must have done. That with so many difficulties are coming, but still Krishna is saved from them. They don't believe that. I mean, they're hearing, but they feel that Lord Narayan is very merciful. That's why such a small child, such a delicate child is able to kill such big demons. This is a miracle. So in the because in the hearts of their heart, they don't believe that Krishna is supreme. Krishna is a sweet little child, delicate child, his body is like softer than butter also. So how can he kill? But still he kills. That means the Lord is so merciful. We don't know what kind of pious activities Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, and this Krishna Balaram there must have performed. And then they're also wondering what offensive activities these demons must have performed that they're getting killed one after another. However, they are so huge and so powerful and so mystic. Still, how they're getting killed. That is their simplistic heart, like innocent heart. So in this way, all the coward men, headed by Nanda Maharaj, engaged in topics about pastimes of Krishna Balaram with great transcendental pleasure, and they could not even perceive material tribulation. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, this same chapter, 11th chapter, 50th verse, just the previous chapter that we have discussed last time. What is important to note in this verse is they forgot all their material tribulations. That means material tribulations were there, but they could not perceive them. Why they could not perceive them? Or why it was not touching them? Because they were constantly describing and narrating and discussing among each other Krishna's transcendental prospects. So if you and me are disturbed by material tribulations happening around us, believe me, I can tell you out of my full conviction and experience, if you are in the middle of some dreadful, disastrous situation, huh, which is not unlikely, which is most of us are undergoing somehow something or other regularly, higher or bigger. But I'll tell you, if you are immersed in hearing about Krishna, talking about Krishna, discussing about Krishna, the miseries around you will not touch you. I can give my current example to you. On Wednesday, my mother got totally drowsy, almost unconscious. So I had to admit her in the hospital. And then Thursday, I had to put her in ICU. And from Thursday onwards, she's in ICU. So it's a very dreadful situation. Bilateral pneumonia, water collection, high fever, very low oxygen saturation, and very difficult situation. And I'm sleeping late nights, and I have to get up early morning to chant, and again whole day of activities. Yagyas being performed in between for 4 hours in between. Go to see mother. So if it was not Krishna's pastimes, then you cannot see me smiling in this class here. Because of your kindness, I am able to deliver lectures on Monday here. For that, I need to read and study. And believe me, when I prepare, when I read this beautiful pastimes of Krishna from Gopala Champu, from Srimad Bhagavatam, from Garga Samhita, from Anandandam Champu, from so many other literatures, it, it takes us on such a platform where things are happening around you, but they don't seem to affect you at all. So this is the power of Krishna Lila. In Krishna Lila, or Ram Lila, or Gaur Lila, or Narsimha Lila, whatever Lord's form, in whatever Lila, just try this. What we fail in doing is, when miseries are happening, we fail to approach Krishna Lila or Krishna Nam or Krishna Kirtan. We try to solve the miseries, we get busy into solving them. Yes, we must solve them, we must do all efforts. But side by side, you have to cultivate taste for Krishna Nam, taste for Krishna Lila, and actually read it and actually hear it. If you don't get time while you are struggling with difficulties, put on the tape while you are in the bathroom in the morning. I repeat again and again. Because in the bathroom in the morning, whatever miseries that happened yesterday will always bother you. Because you are free. You just woke up. So all the things what is happening yesterday will go on revising in your mind, and it will further complicate your mental situation, emotional situation. But at that time, if you are hearing a Krishna Katha lecture by an exalted soul, maybe Guru Maharaj or some other soul, and you are hearing and 30, 40 minutes, whatever you are spending in the bathroom, washroom, if you are hearing that, everything that you had yesterday's impression will be nullified. And when you come out of your washroom activities and dress up yourself, you are not affected by yesterday's haunting memories disturbing you. Now, this is my personal experience. And today I was reading the story of Agasur, Bakasur. It was so pleasing actually. So although there is a background misery or suffering or trouble, but in forefront there is no suffering because it has pulled you out of your situation. So please do this in your life. Try yourself because miseries are constantly coming in your life. Do immerse yourself in hearing Krishna Katha, at least by audio tapes, if not sitting and reading the books or making notes. So they could not even perceive material tribulation. This is what Bhagavatam says. Now, with this, our today's story begins. Hopefully, we will be able to complete. Because this topic of Agasur and then Brahma is extremely wonderful and deep subject matter. So, when Ugrasen's sinful son, that is Kamsa, heard that Bakasur is killed, he became very disturbed and he began to think, oh, all the expert demons who are expert in deceiving people, expert in the mystic arts of deception, cheating, putting up a show, They failed and they were killed. Therefore, I think I should now call Aghasur. No? So now he is calling Aghasur. Now the history of Aghasur is like this. Aghasur, Bakasur and Putana. Aghasur is older and Bakasur and Putana are his younger siblings, brother and sister. They were all together. And they were all staying in the kingdom of Narakasur or Bhaumasur. And where is that kingdom? Please remember, this is called Prag Jyotishpur and this is today's Assam. Today's Assam is called Prag Jyotishpur where they were staying. And Kamsa had gone there in his Digvijaya. Digvijaya means conquering the direction. Digvijaya, Disha, conquering the directions by the chivalry, by the power, military power. And Kamsa went there and challenged everybody. There was a band of demons over there. And in the band of demons, there were Pralambasur, the Shambharasur, Arishtasur, and Bakasur, and Putana, and Agasur. Everybody was there. So first, Bakasur was defeated by Kamsa, and then Shambharasur and Pralambasur, and everybody was defeated. Bakasur also was defeated. Agasur also was defeated by Kamsa. And then Putana came. Because Putana was lady, Kamsa said that, oh, okay. I cannot fight with a lady. You become my sister. That's a pride of a Kshatriya. They don't fight with ladies. So, this Bakasur, Agasur, Putana, they were all actually subdued. And they were all brought from Prag Jyotishpur, Assam to Mathura to remain at the beck and call of Kamsa. So that's how now Agasur is at the kingdom of Kamsa in Mathura. And he was, I'll tell you the story later on. He was like, he was in the form of python, but he could become human being form also. And he had the power of becoming python by the curse of a sadhu. So now, what is Kamsa telling him? Kamsa is telling him that very bad thing has happened because you have been sleeping all the time. Oh, my great assistant, give up your disappointment because your brother and sister are killed. And listen, you do not know that by not staying awake and sleeping all the time, a big calamity has come. For this reason, I have woken you up. Now you can see the sleep is such a thing that it puts us in ignorance of many things happening around us. Kumbhakarna was sleeping also, and so many things happened, and he had to be woken up finally. But things were getting worse, and he had to be told by Ravan all that happened during his sleep time. So as Ravan went and got Kumbhakarna woken up, Kamsa also went and woke up sleeping python, that is Agasura. The word Agha is supposed to be meaning is sin. Agha is sin. So Anagha, Arjuna is called Anagha, that is a person free of sin. Anagha or Anagha. Anagha is a lady's name. That means free of sin. So Agasur said, oh Lord of the universe, see, it's another illusion. For them, Kamsa is the Lord of the universe because he has conquered the four directions. Please give me your order. Same thing Kumbhakarna said, Ravan. Tell me what I should be doing. First he advised him that what you are doing is not good. But anyway, I am your servant, I am your brother. I will follow your order. Please order me. So beginning from the story of the voice in the sky of Durga Devi as the eighth child on the Devi's wedding day, till the killing of Bakasur, everything was told by Kamsa to Agasur. My assistant, like Putana, full of poison, found novel ways of deception, but all their endeavors were killed. All their endeavors failed. They were all killed. Now you are my only hope. And I know your ability is too much. I know you are able to devour everything. So he halted, praising with his word. And in between he addressed him. You are like Kumbhakarna. You are like Vritrasur, the king of all demons. He's encouraging him. And you are firm in determination like Dhruva. See, amazing, no? Kamsa also is knowing fully. Hiranyakashipu also knew all scriptures. They know everything, the history of the mankind. You are as firm as Dhruva in your determination. You must kill Krishna, who is the greatest enemy of your brother who killed your brother. Though he knew such words were contrary to auspiciousness and good conduct, Aga quickly spread himself as a snake. He remained fixed there as much as he displayed his inborn deceptive nature. Jokingly, the boys described him as follows. Now, um, Prabhupada also explains in Bhagavatam, Shukdev Muni also explains that he assumed a 8-mile long form. And snakes are always long like this. But that width, that is generally we see is hardly 1 or 2 inches. What we see. Maybe you have seen a python, hardly maybe 6 inches like this. But his height was like a mountain. And with that mountainous width, he was 8 miles long. So he must have covered most of the parts of Braj by that by that power. Today also 8 miles is about 16 kilometers. And interestingly, Srimad Bhagavatam tells that in one of these some of the forests, but now we know by our geographical knowledge, it was in Ajay one. And today this Ajay one is about 3-4 kilometers from Chatikara. And Chatikara is on the Delhi and it is 6 kilometers from Vrindavan. So when we start going from Vrindavan to Barsana, we come to Chatikara first, take right turn on the highway, and about 4 kilometers on left side, Ajay one comes. It also is called as Jait, Jait, Jait. Now, how the word Jait has come? After Aghasur was killed, there was exclamation by demigods, Jayati, Jayati, Jayati. All glories, all glories, all glories. That's why this village are called as Jait. Jayati, it was called as Jayati, but then afterwards in Upper Brahmsha, it became Jait. And technically it is called Ajayvan, where Agaspur spread himself. From there, about 24 kilometers if you go north direction, you will come to Chhata. And then finally from there, 19 kilometers if you go to Barsan. So this is a geographical understanding. Okay. So from Jait, 16 kilometers is almost near Chhata. So all the highway from Chatikara to Chhata was covered by this demon. You can imagine now. You can imagine how big the demon was. It is explained that Prabhupada explains that he spread himself there. How he spread himself there? He opened his mouth, and his mouth was so big that the tongue appeared as highway. I will read the description, so beautiful description that he was thinking, Krishna has killed my brother and sister, I will take revenge. And he came with determination. And he thought, what is his thought process? I will kill all the children with Krishna Balaram. And because the inhabitants of Vrindavan, Gokul, Nandagaon, Varsana are too attached to Krishna Balaram and his children. So if all the children are killed by me with Krishna and Balaram, naturally the parents also will die because they are so attached. They will get depressed and they will die. So he had the idea of destroying the whole Vrindavan Dham. Putana came to only kill infant children. Suravarta also came to only kill Krishna. Shaktasura also came to kill only Krishna. Bakasura also came to kill only Krishna. But this guy came with idea of destroying all children and then further by emotional depression killing everybody. So generally the householders are very attached to their children and children are their life and breath force. So when children die, naturally all parents die on the account of strong affection. Aghasur, thus deciding to kill the inhabitants of Vrindavan, expanded himself by the yogic power called Mahima. Now there are 8 mystic powers, Anima, Lagima, Mahima, Prapti, and so many things. The demons are generally expert in achieving all kinds of mystic power by tapasya. And the perfection called Mahima Siddhi, one can expand himself in any size of the form. The demon Aghasura expanded himself to 8 miles and assumed the shape of a fat, mountainous serpent. Having attained the wonderful body, he stretched his mouth open like a mountain, and it is explained that the coward boys were watching. Oh, yesterday when we were playing, we didn't see. Today, I think it could be a demon. It could be a toy. It could be a playful arrangement for us. Huh? How children are just how innocent they are. They don't know that personified is standing in front of them. They thought, oh, we are playing. It's a good arrangement for play. Look, they are saying the tongue is like a highway. The tongue was almost many kilometers long, and the upper end of the mouth, opened mouth, it was touching the skies, and they were thinking it's already going to heavens. It was so big. And you should all know the story of this Aghasur. This Aghasur was so terrible demon, so terrifying a demon, that even Brahma Loka, residents of Brahma Loka, what to speak of Indra Loka and other Loka, the highest planet is Brahma Loka, even the residents of Brahma Loka were in fear. The terror of Agasur's existence and activities had spread to even Brahma Loka. So all the demigod lokas were affected by the fear caused by the terrifying activities of Aghasur. So then the demon Aghasur expanded, then having attained wonderful body, stretched his mouth, and now his mouth became like a big mountain cave, unending dark cave. So now the boys are describing, that see the mountain cave is without any limitation, it's so dark. Its teeth appeared like mountain summits, like small mountain peaks, sharp peaks. His tongue appeared like broad traffic way. His breathing appeared like a hurricane. Hot, obnoxious smelling breeze in a hurricane form. That means fast moving form. At first the boy thought the demon was a statue, but after examining they saw that he was lying down the road, widening his mouth. The figure appears to be a great animal. He is sitting in such a posture to follow us all. Just see, it is not a big snake that has wind up to eat all of us. Yes, what you say is true. The animal upper lip is like sunshine, shining like sunshine. The lower lip is like perfection of red sunshine. Dear friends, just look at the right and left hand side of the mouth of the animal. Its mouth appears like a big mountain cave. The height cannot be estimated. The chin is also raised like a mountain summit. The long highway appears to be like a tongue. The hot wind like hurricane. The fishy bad smell is coming out of his mouth from intestines of this demon. And they further consulted among themselves. If we all at once enter this mouth of this great, then how could he possibly swallow us? See, innocence. If we go one by one, he will swallow us. But all of us, millions of us enter, then how will he be able to follow? So let's go inside. Talking in this way, all the boys looked at the beautiful lotus-like face of Krishna. See, the life of the coward boys. They are all very innocent, very funny in nature, always playful in nature, and their center of attraction is Krishna's face. So while discussing, they looked at the face of Krishna. It is explained that Krishna was sitting on the branch of a tree and watching the demon. He has already understood he's a demon, Aghasur. He has come to kill me and my friends. So he's thinking in the mind how to kill this demon, and he's also watching the coward boys talking in a way such a fearless manner. So I tell you something very important. His Holiness Sridhar Maharaj was admitted in the hospital, Bhakti Hospital, on the third floor, room number 4. And Radhanath Swami came to meet him, and he was asking many questions to me. And he went and narrated the story of Aghasur to His Holiness Sridhar Maharaj. Now I asked after that, what was the reason that you chose only this story, not any other story? Why not Ras Leela? Or why not playing the flute, whatever? So he said, if there is any fear in the heart of anybody, then they should hear the discussions of these coward boys when they were in front of Aghasur. Their discussions will take you out of fear. It is not that Sridhar Maharaj was in fear, but he told me the specific reason that the discussions of coward boys will take you out of fear. Because they were standing in front of death personified. But you see their discussion, They're just thinking it so lightly and so casually. Why they were able to do that? Because they were looking in the face of Krishna. They said, even if he's a demon, and even if all of us enter in the mouth of this demon, and if he swallows us and kills us, Krishna is there. No, he will come and save us. As he killed Baka and as he killed Putana, as he killed Shaktasur and Trinavarta, he will save us. So final decision is let us go inside. And Krishna is wondering they should not go inside. Why they should go inside? I should stop them. But it is explained by Shukdev Goswami. Krishna could not stop them the way they entered, the full force, singing and dancing. They are entering in the mouth of the death personified. But now they are entering, singing and dancing and rejoicing and playing and discussing and playing their whistles and flutes, having fun. So it is explained by Acharyas and also Radhana Swami that they enjoyed entering in the mouth of Agasur and walking on the tongue of Agasur. So, in the sense, Agasur, by spreading his tongue like a highway, he gave some pleasure to the coward boys who are very dear to Krishna. So, by that, Krishna was happy. That's this demon, although I'm going to kill him, but he will get my favor because he has pleased my devotees. Krishna went to the house of Vidura and it is explained by Acharyas. He went to the house of Vidura to only eat the peels of banana from his wife in a foolish gesture or whatever ecstatic gesture. Why? Because Vidura was friendly to Pandavas who were devotees and dear to Krishna. Because of that only he went to house of Vidura to honor him because he was friend of the devotees of Krishna. So if you and me want to get favor of Krishna, please serve and please his devotees. If you become friend to his devotees, if you serve them and if you please them, Krishna will become obliged to all of you. If you truly satisfy them, if you really truly please the devotees of the Lord. However poor they are, like Brijbasi, they're very poor and very unassuming, having no resources to do any basic things in life also. And if you do some service to them, which really at the time of their dire need, and they are pleased by your service, believe me, Krishna will come to you to express his gratitude and to reciprocate with you. One time Radhanath Swami came to my house, self-invited. He told me many years back when Sridhar Maharaj was admitted here and Sridhar Maharaj was here for a couple of years. And so many of his godbrothers, great devotees, sannyasis came to Mira Road. And my wife, cooked for everybody under the instruction of Sridhar Maharaj. And sometimes at my house, sometimes at his house, sometimes whichever way possible, we took care of all his guests. And he was very pleased. Huh? And one time, Sridhar Maharaj, although he was sick and sickly, very much in last stage, he called us, me and my wife, in his house and served us as a VIPs. And after that, Sridhar Maharaj passed away. And His Holiness Radhanand Maharaj came to Bhaktivedanta Hospital. And he told me and my wife, I want to come to your house for prasad. Cook for me. So I was like so happy and thrilled. Wow. Generally, we have to, keep in standing queue. After coming home, he ate nice prasad. He told, I have come to express my gratitude to you because you served my godbrother so nicely. So that's why he self-invited. Similarly, Krishna self-invited himself to Vidura's house. He was not at home. His wife was at home. She peeled off bananas, threw the banana and gave the peels and Krishna was eating. And Vidura came home and said, oh, foolish wife, what are you doing? You are throwing the banana away and peeling the peels to my dear Lord. Krishna said, shh, don't disturb. I'm enjoying what's happening. I have come to express my gratitude here. And Acharya explained. Because they were friends with Pandavas and he always helped Pandavas, Krishna went to his house. So similarly, the point came up from here is that devotees are very dear to Krishna, like the coward boys. And they had faith in Krishna, so could not even stop them. And they already entered. And they already gone inside. And they thought, oh, look, Agasur is that demon, whatever, they didn't know the name, but he didn't swallow us. He's still open, still playful place. They didn't know that Agasur was waiting for Krishna. And Krishna is thinking, now what to do? All my friends have entered. Along with the calves, they have gone inside. That means there are millions of calves and millions of coward boys already inside the mouth of Agasur. And they are still playing and dancing and singing and rejoicing inside. So Krishna thinks, oh, now I have to go inside because my friends all inside. I can't even get them out and they are rejoicing. So he jumped from the branch of the tree and he entered. And as soon as he entered, Agasur closed his mouth. Agasur closed his mouth. That means all the coward boys and calves instantly died. And Krishna was inside the body of Agasur. So this is the first time Krishna used his Siddhi. Krishna is all Yogeshwara, no? He's Siddheshwara. He's all Siddhis are at his feet. He's the giver of all Siddhis. So he used also Mahima Siddhi. Tit for tat. Agasur used Mahima Siddhi. Krishna also used Mahima Siddhi. Krishna expanded. He was right at the neck area of Agasur inside his mouth. So he expanded to such an extent till the demon got choked up. And it is said that all the life airs, they got choked up and the mouth was closed. The life airs could not get out or relieve themselves by the choke up. So it is said the skull was broken into a big hole and the pranavayu left from that and the soul also left from that and Agasur died. And it is said that Agasur was choked up, his eyes came out of his sockets, bulged out of sockets, fell down, and there was a big burst on his head. And from there, the Prana Jyoti soul came out. And it is said it waited outside patiently. Agasur is dead now. Krishna is inside the body. Before coming out, Krishna wanted to take his coward boys and cows out. So inside the mouth of Agasur, Krishna glanced over all the coward boys and the cows. Instantly they woke up. And then Krishna opened the mouth of Agasur and brought all the coward boys and cows as if mother and father bring their children from darkness to light. And light was Krishna. So they saw Krishna and they become very happy. They become very blissful. And let us read verbatim what they all said that. So it is explained that, there's a step before I forgot that as soon as Krishna also entered the mouth of Agasur, the demons and the devotees, demigods, they all were standing in the skies watching. And the demons were very happy. See, look, finally Krishna is killed. Finally Krishna is defeated. The source of the support and the strength for all the demigods is now finished. Now we can finish all the demigods very soon. They were very happy. And the demigods headed by Indra and others, they were all worried. Oh, they were saying, alas, alas. And this alas, alas sounds were heard by Krishna inside the body of Agasur. So he decided now I should not put my demigods into anxiety for longer time. Let me kill him. So he killed him. And then the life air passed off. The demon dropped dead. Krishna's transcendent lance woke up the boys and got back to consciousness. And the demon spirit came out as a dazzling light, illuminating all directions. Imagine, even though it is the soul of a demon, the soul in itself is dazzling in light, effulgent. You know what is explained? Illuminating all directions. That means my soul and your soul also is as dazzling and powerful as Agasur's soul. Because soul is soul. The body is demoniac, or body is demon, or body is demigods, or body is human. But the soul is soul. Mamai Vancho Jiva Loki. It waited in the sky. As soon as Krishna and his calves came out of the mouth of the demon, the glittering, effulgent light immediately entered in the body of Krishna with the vision of all demigods. They saw that this happened. Now, this story is being narrated by Narad Muni to Bahulashwa. Please don't forget, this is a common platform. All these stories are being described by Shukadev to Parikshit Maharaj and by Narad Muni to Bahulashwa and Snigdakanta and Madhukanta to Nanda Maharaj in Gopal Champi. It's very beautiful narration. So Bahulashwa is asking, Are, how? How is this possible? this demon's light entered the body of Krishna. So um, now that Narad Muni is explaining that Narad Muni is explaining that he was a son of Shankasura. His name was Agha, and he had one brother and one sister. And at youth, he had a very beautiful body, as much as beautiful as Kamadev, as Cupid, who is the best beautiful um, demigod among all demigods. That kind of body he had. And plus he was youthful, so he was very, very beautiful. Naturally, when one is beautiful, when one is wealthy, when one is very strong, when one is very famous, and when one is very knowledgeable, and when one is very renounced also, but without being devotee of Krishna, without having devotion to Krishna, if you have any of these things, may not be in the quantity of this particular demon, may not be as per the demigods. Even little, how much you and me can amass wealth. We are so attached to our wealth, but how much we can amass. Even that much of wealth we have, little bit, without devotion to Lord, then that much of wealth also will make you proud. That much of little beauty also will make you proud, make us proud. So this man naturally had extraordinary beauty, so he became very proud. And what is the common mentality of a beautiful people without being devotion to having devotee to devotion to Krishna? They feel, see, look this lady, how ugly she is. Look this man, how ugly she is. Look at his nose, look at her nose, look at her hair, look at my hair, look at his body, how her belly is so big. So everything they will see from superiority complex. And they will condemn and minimize others and think they are so great. This is the difficulty when you have any of the opulence, like wealth or money or anything. You start looking down upon those who don't have it. And that's a big problem. See, being wealthy, being beautiful, being famous, being knowledgeable is not a problem at all. You can as much opulence you can have. But when they come alone without devotion to Krishna, they bring in lot of vices. Naturally, they are accompanied by envy, pride, illusion, intoxication, desire to enjoy continuously all those opulences, comparing, condemning others. This is common feature. Same thing happened to this person also because anyway he had no devotion to Krishna. He was a demoniac in nature. Lo and behold, alas, what happened? He went to Malayagiri, where there is a chandan trees. And there he came across Ashtavakra Muni. Now, Ashtavakra Muni, brief thing I must tell you, he is a great saintly personality in the history of Vedas. Ashtavakra Muni is a great personality. And he happened to also stay in Kusum Sarovar in Vrindavan. So Kusum Sarovar also has his Samadhi come Bhajan Stali. And it is explained that he was such a great soul that Krishna finally gave darshan to him at Kusum Sarovar. And having darshan of Krishna, he went back to Godhead from Kusum Sarovar. But he was such a powerful sage. He was performing tapasya at Malayagiri also one time. That could be in Malaysia. So Malaysia is also, the name came from Malayagiri, very famous for Chandan. Now, Ashtavakra Muni means what? Ashtavakra. He had 8 bends in his body. He was like octopus, something like octopus. 8, it looked like he had 8 limbs. But not 8 limbs, he had only 4 limbs, but the body was so twisted and bent. It walked like an octopus. And naturally, if a human being walks like an octopus, it doesn't look beautiful. It looked very ugly. So what is the first thing this demon did? He laughed at him and said, how ugly you are, how kurup you are, what kind of a appearance, roop you have. Condemned him like anything. Now see, in Upadeshamruta, there is a particular verse, I think 9th or 8th or 9th verse, where specifically it is mentioned. Please understand this. And today you can refer to that verse in Upadeshamruta, Nectar of Instruction. That verse says, never ever Judge a devotee by his physical appearance. Never ever comment on a physical deformity of a devotee. Never judge a devotee as per his physical appearance. Because sometimes we feel that, oh, devotee means he has to have effulgence on his face should be bright, he should have long beard, he should have bright, stunning eyes, penetrating eyes. Oh, so much stage must be there. No. You go to Vrindavan, so many Brijvasis, they look so dark and they look so bad features and they look so gawar, uneducated, unmannerly, uncultured. But we should understand they are the greatest, dearest devotees of Radharani. They look exactly opposite the way they should look like. But Radharani, why she keeps them in this form? Because these things only make people proud. No? The beauty, wealth, education, and fame and everything, that only make people proud. And Radharani doesn't want to make her devotees, their devotees proud. So she keeps them purposely in ugly body, purposely in uneducated condition, purposely in poor condition, purposely in condition no facilities around. So that there's nothing to be proud of. So they'll always remain simple and always remain loving devotees of Radharani. And that's what she wants. She wants to take them back to Godhead at the end of their life as Brahmasis. So similarly, a sage may not have to look beautiful to prove that he's a sage. You can be a sage without having a beautiful body. You can be a sage without you being very well educated. You can be a sage without having any wealth with you. Or you can have ultimate wealth with you and you can still be a devotee like Pandavas or Ambarish Maharaj or Dhruv Maharaj. But having great wealth or having no wealth or having great beauty or having no beauty does not mean that you are not a good devotee. Or having great wealth doesn't mean that you are a great devotee. These things have no connection with devotion. They're totally independent things. And one should not get deceived by an ugly look of a great sage. So here he saw, but because he was totally bodily conditioned, being very beautiful himself, he thought, look at this ugly man, how ugly he, the way he walks, such an ugly thing. But that personality was a great sage. He saw that this fellow is too proud of his beauty. He has to be helped. He has to correct himself. He has to be saved. It is not that out of his insult on his body he got agitated and he used his power to curse him. It is not like that. The sages don't do like that. All their curses are blessings actually. This also will prove that his curse is blessing. So immediately said, you become a snake because on earth, you become a snake on earth because on earth the snakes are most ugly looking creatures and snakes are also very cunning in nature. So you are very cunning and very proud of your beauty, so you become most ugly and most cunning body you will get. So thus he became the python. But you know something, as soon as you lose the thing which you are proud of, suppose Bali Maharaj had the kingdom of all the three planets, and instantly in 2 steps it was all taken away. Huh? So like that, today you are Raja, tomorrow will become Rank. Huh? राजा का रंक बन सकता है, रंक का राजा बन सकता है. Instantly, this world is so designed, such a way designed, that everybody will be crushed one day. Please understand. Whoever is on the top has to come down. Everything is designed in such a way that at the end, I have seen lion-like people have become like billies, become like cats. All their pride has been smashed. In my family, I have seen, outside the family, I have seen. Everybody who is proud of any damn thing in life has to be crushed, has to be brought to his knees. That's why, oh my dear devotee friends, please do not get proud of anything that you have. Because if at all you are even slightly proud of anything that you have, you will be smashed by the arrangement of the providence. And we don't want devotees to get smashed by the providence or the three modes of material nature. And how do we save? Keep good association, chant Hare Krishna, and pray for humility. Because all that knowledge and all that power and the fame and the influence and the authority that you have is given by the Lord. Please understand, it can be taken away by the Lord any moment. So like that, instantly the Kamadeva like body was finished and instantly he became Python. instantly. So now, as the pride is finished, he became humble. And as he became humble, he understood the power of that saint. He may not be having a beautiful body, but he's so powerful. He destroyed my beautiful body and made me a python. So he surrendered to his feet. Please forgive me. Please, I'm sorry. Please rectify me. He said, my curse is already uttered, but now out of your humility, you are approaching me. So I bless you that when Sri Krishna in the 28th Dwapar Yuga of Vaivasvata Manvantara, Krishna will appear and when he will enter your body, at that time you will be delivered. So you can imagine, Krishna's touch is so powerful. Krishna is obliging that Ashtavakra Muni is so dear to him. My dear devotee has uttered this word. So I have to enter in the mouth of this demon and deliver him. I don't love this demon, but I love my devotee and I want to keep his word. I want to keep dignity of my devotee's word. This is devotee. Please understand however you are insignificant from material point of view, you are devotee, you are valued by Krishna. Please understand. So let us all become devotees because we will be valued by Krishna. We will be loved by Krishna. We will be favored by Krishna. We will be sheltered by Krishna. We will be accepted by Krishna. Please, this is the message of Krishna Leela. So Krishna has to fulfill the word of his devotee Ashtavakra Muni, entered the mouth of Agasur. And as soon as I told you, initially he pleased his devotees. And then Krishna entered and touched him inside. And he was delivered. And he could get the fortune of entering the uh, bodily effulgence of Krishna and got delivered in Sayuja. So, this Agasur represents the mentality of cruelty to others, violence, and causing trouble to others out of envy. As I already explained to you, when do you do all these things? When you have too much of wealth, when you have too much of authority, too much of powers. Huh? I may be not good looking, but I have such authority. I can make one phone call and 10 policemen will come and take you away from here. I can put you in jail. What do you think of yourself? I've got so many contacts. We are proud of so many things. And when we have so many things which we have acquired, maybe because of our good karmas in the past, but when we are not devotees, those good karma and the results will pollute us and will make you proud, and then we can become cruel to others. Then we can cause harm to others out of superiority complex. Then we can cause trouble to others out of envy. The attitude is an offense against chanting the holy name also, it is explained here in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This attitude of harming others is quite possible that although we become advanced in devotees in Krishna consciousness, but we are not enough pure at heart and we are still partially contaminated by the power that we have. Then in the process of our authority, we can harm others. Especially so when we are highly positioned. What is the danger of high position? On the top position, we may become insensitive to the subordinates. We may become also harmful to subordinates. We may not think about them very empathically because the power of authority that we have is so great that we neglect the lower simple people. That's why higher we go in authority in our position, nicely we should chant, more nicely we should chant so that the authority doesn't go in our head, doesn't contaminate us. That should not enter in our head and contaminate us. So, as soon as we are promoted to higher position, we should understand that now I am subjected to a danger of discriminating and harming and troubling my juniors. And higher you go, lesser people are around you. Very few people are around you as peers. So you don't have much support like when you are down. So in that case, you must assure yourself to have very good regular association and very good engagement in service to Krishna. That is like a vaccine. In the endemic area of pride of your position, this vaccine of chanting Hare Krishna Keeping good association and keeping good engagement in serving Krishna and devotees will prevent you from harming others. So as I have explained to you the anartha in Agasur, I also explained how to get over it. And it is all time I am meditating, thinking, reflecting that devotees are extremely prominent features in all leelas of Krishna. Whenever you read the demoniac demons getting killed by Krishna, there is one devotee behind that demon who has helped that demon to lose his pride and get the shelter of Krishna. Otherwise, if Ashtavakra Muni wouldn't have cursed and was just ignored and gone away, what to do? I don't care for this criticism. Then this fellow would have continued to do the same thing again and again and remained in the prideful situation. But because Ashtavakra Muni intervened, gave him a curse and then a blessing, this demoniac lifestyle of Agasur was interrupted. Please understand this. So all the interruptions in the demoniac lives of all the demons and the Kamsa in the end were interrupted always by a devotee or a sadhu. And for that particular devotee who had intervened, to respect and honor him, Krishna also had to intervene and deliver that soul. Please understand. This is extremely wonderful point in Srimad Bhagavatam pastimes. So let us all meditate on this. Agasur represented personified sin, and whatever negative attributes the sin has, all that he had. What happens when you do a sin? You become lusty, you become angry, you become greedy, you become intoxicated, you become envious, you become proud. What not? The sin can create all unwanted things in you. And Aghasura was a personification of the sin itself. So, first and foremost thing to make advancement in Krishna consciousness is to save ourselves from sin. That's why no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, no cheating others, no harming others, no telling lies, no breaking anybody's faith, vishwasghat, of killing anybody, harming anybody, or stealing somebody's wealth. There are 7 atrocious activities. 4 that we know in ISKCON we have studied, and 3 more are cheating others, there is vishwasghat, hurting others. Of course, there is violence already, but putting fire or killing somebody, and telling lies is also one of the heinous sins. So these things we have to avoid and to keep ourselves maintained on sinless platform. Because sins always tempt you to go on performing more and more sins. Please understand. One sin will tempt you to do other sin. Like you drink wine, you will have to have illicit sex. When you have illicit sex, you want to eat meat. It's like connected. So when you give up all the sins and you want to maintain yourself on that platform of giving up all the sins, then you need to chant Hare Krishna and associate with devotees. So that you maintain your sinless life and you keep yourself on the positive side of Krishna consciousness. And that should be the basis of our life. We may not become great saintly people, but we need to remain attached to the company of devotees, and we need to remain detached from sinful activities. These 2 things we keep doing, Krishna will take everything else in his care. Don't worry about it. Don't try to become a great sage, a great personality, or a very renowned personality in devotional life. That doesn't matter at all. Because this worldly fame as great devotee, the worldly fame as greatly knowledgeable personality, doesn't help you to reach Krishna. Please understand. What helps you to reach Krishna is devotion and love. And at the end of the life, you may not be dying as a commander in temple or a temple president or a chairman of ISKCON GBC or director of GEV or director of Bhaktivedanta Hospital or director of temple trust or whatever you say. You may not die as that personality in that position. But you need to die as a person who developed love and devotion to Krishna. That's why in ISKCON, simple devotees were unknown to anybody. They could exhibit miraculous situations at the moment of their death. Like if you read the book called Simple for the Simple, there's the Mataji, I forgot her name. She was the wife of Bhakti Vallabh Puri Maharaj. And uh, there's a connection between Kusum Sarovar temple also. So she was like simple devotee. But when she was about to die, people were asking her, "Who are you?" So she said, "I'm a eight-year-old girl." "And what are you?" So I'm a gopi. "And what are you doing?" "I'm right now plucking flowers on the instruction of another gopi to serve Radha and Krishna." And this went on for many days before leaving. She already had reached her Swarupa Siddhi while she had a very diseased, dilapidated body of having cancer. And her glories came out only after she died. That her husband wrote a book on her, Simple for the Simple. And I can tell you many stories like this. So, what is the important purport? You may not be famous as a devotee. You may not be very highly positioned a devotee in the devotional sampradaya or a temple. You may be insignificant, unknown person, but Krishna will not neglect you. For Krishna, you will not be unknown because Krishna is attracted to where love and devotion is. Sri Krishna Akarshani is the sixth quality of Shuddha Bhakti. One of the six qualities of Shuddha Bhakti as per Rupa Goswami is Sri Krishna Akarshani. So what is Sri Krishna get Akarshan from love and devotion? And however insignificant you are, Krishna will bless you. So because there's a tendency to become famous and become well known in our devotional life also. Because the anarthas are carried from our material life and we are devotees now, we're not pure devotees. So these traits are still there in us and they will trouble us. I don't want to be insignificant. I don't want to become the HOD of the temple department. I want to become temple president. I want to become authority. I want to become member of this, member of that, so I can control. But we should not forget. That's why Rupa Goswami says, keep company of sincere devotees who are not attached to women, wealth, and pride. Even among devotees, keep company of those devotees who are not into this trap, so that your focus remains that I am an insignificant personality. I need to serve the devotees. I need to become humble than made of the glass. I need to develop love for God. Keep that focus constantly on your mind, and that will help us to attain the. And believe me, like Guru Maharaj also, he may not talk to you whole life. You may not get audience from him personally. But I have seen personally also about my Guru Maharaj Radhanath Swami and also about Bhakti Charu Swami, Niranjan Swami, Bhakti Tirtha Swami when he was alive. I can go on naming. I have seen, fortunately, that when the devotee is on the verge of death, Guru Maharaj is there. He connects. He connects. I have seen him connecting to most insignificant so-called unknown devotees. I have seen him connecting most famous devotees. He is not differentiating. There are only top devotees, only big devotees. In this period of Corona, I have connected him, and he was so eagerly connected to so many people who is unknown to anybody. So we have to have faith that when we have love and devotion, the heart of Guru Maharaj, who is the representative of Krishna, and the heart of Krishna, both are attracted to you if you harbor simple love and devotion for him. With this, I say thank you very much to all of you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. What an amazing learning! So many learnings you gave us in this session. I had one question.
Yeah.
That this sin doesn't leave us so easily.
Yeah.
You know, even although that propensity stays for a very long time. So, is there anything which we can do specifically? You know that.
Jeto darpana marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam. The question is, however great the question is, answer is always very simple. Huh? if we have बोलते ना वो बहुत कट्टर दाग होते हैं ना कपड़े पे, एडवर्टाइज सेज ना, बहुत ही क्या बोलते हैं इसको, very difficult stains. So use this detergent powder. It will take all the stains off. Like that, the stain of the sin is very deep and very hard. The holy name in the company of devotees can take it away. And it's a good thing that you know that it is very difficult to overcome. That is one good thing that you know. If you think, "Arey, kya hai isme? What's the problem? I'll chant Hare Krishna." No, you should be aware how difficult it is to give up sinful tendencies and how deeply they are rooted. I'll tell you something. I was attached to a particular fish before becoming into bhakti. You know? What is sound coming? Maybe. So even after 35 years of giving up that fish, the memory of the taste of that fish is still in the brain, stored in the form of memory. Today also my tongue remembers the taste of that unpleasant thing now, but it is still there in the mind. Anytime I give up my devotional life, it will erupt and totally drag me down. Whatever sinful activities or unwanted activities we have done before becoming devotee, they are all there. हाँ? वो छुप के बैठे हुए हैं अंदर. Moment you give up Krishna, they are ready to pounce on you, waiting for you to jump on you. So that's why आम्ही तो कंगाला कृष्ण कृष्ण बोली धाये तव पाचे पाचे. I am most fallen, weakling. Oh dear devotee, oh dear Vaishnava, I am running behind you like a mad, hungry person, like a deprived person. Please save me. Krishna Krishna boli dhaye tava pache pache. We may not perfect our life till the end of our life, but we maintain humble attitude and chant Hare Krishna. That will help us to get completely purified of all the sins, at least at the end of life. So never give up hope. Maintain humility, chant Hare Krishna sincerely, seek the association of sincere devotees who are free from pride, sex, and wealth attachments. And you will definitely get rid of all the sins that are inside. Subtle, Rupa Goswami explained, Kuta, Bija, all varieties of, Aprarabdha and manifested. There are 4 kinds of sins. Read the first chapter of Nectar of Devotion. All this Kuta means the Bija means the seed. Kuta means the proclivity. And Aprarabdha means unmanifest and Prarabdha means manifest. 4 kinds of sins are there. All of these sins can be eradicated by chanting the holy name of the Lord. No other devotional practice can get rid of all the bija. Aprarabdha, prarabdha and kuta can be relieved, but bij cannot be uprooted. The bij can be uprooted only by the holy name and Shuddha Bhakti. We have got the formula. We are fortunate. We are not yet loitering in tapaha, or we are not getting lost in jnana and vairagya. We are not getting lost in yoga. We are on the right track. So, as you are on the right track, keep treading on the right track continuously without getting distracted. That will help us. But this awareness of sin being very difficult to approach is very good. Keep that knowledge and awareness on. Don't forget, oh, now I am free, now I don't have to worry about it. No, keep worrying about it in the last moment. Okay? So, Nectar of Devotion, first chapter, read the 4 types of sins and how to get rid of them.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Anybody else has any question?
Please ask.
Can I ask, Prabhuji? Hari Bol, Dandavat?
Please ask. Who is that?
Prerna.
Please ask. Where are you? Yeah, okay.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Yes. Thank you for wonderful class. Prabhuji, as we perform devotional services in the temple, so many services we get. I have observed that after performing services, I found myself in mode of passion. Mode of so it becomes very difficult to overcome that. Like if you are doing book distribution, it is a code of conduct that you have to chant 16 rounds in the morning. While doing japa also there is in mind, वहां से order आना था, आएगा क्या? So that mode of passion somehow affects you a lot to how to overcome it.
Please do compartmentalization of your activities. Chant while you chant, distribute books while you distribute books. Don't mix up. Huh? Like what do you tell your children very intelligently and wisely? You tell your children, beta, study while you study, play while you play. Don't mix up. Huh? But when it comes to us, we're all mixing up khichdi. So try and pray to Krishna. That passion is good to serve, but that should not occupy your time when you are chanting the holy name of the Lord. Chanting the holy name of the Lord is your exclusive private time with the Lord. And the Lord who is not available to anybody, he is available to you in chanting time. He is with you. He wants to hear. He wants to be with you. You can associate with him. So do that in a very dedicated way. Be with him in a dedicated way. And then when chanting is over, as per the order of Guru Maharaj, then you are full day free now to be in full passion. What is the problem? Do not mix your passion with your sattva guna. Sattva guna is supposed to be implemented and practiced. Beyond that, when the daytime starts, go into the passion of serving the Lord. That's okay. That's fine.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Anybody else has question?
Prabhuji, can I ask?
Yes, who is that?
Prabhuji, it is Rageshwari Devidasi here.
But you have to put your video on. I don't know.
You can see me?
Where are you?
I put my video on, Prabhuji.
Okay, let me check. I'm not able to see you. Anyways.
Rashmi Kamath, Rashmi Kamath.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay,
So I'll answer.
Prabhuji, yeah, Prabhuji, the question is that suppose there's some devotional activity which is going on, online or offline, and our intention is that we want to be in the good name list of that senior devotee. But then what happens in the due course of time, that intention is seen, like it's seen to ourselves that yes, my intention was that to be in the good list of that devotee, and then it so happens that the taste for the devotional activity just vanishes and we give it up. So what is the right attitude to do in this case? Because giving up the devotional activity is also not right, and also the intention to be in the good list is also not right. So
You're saying
what
good
is
list
the
of devotees, huh? Good books of devotees, right?
good list in that senior devotee's eyes?
So first of all, I want to tell you that trying to be in good books of devotees is good. Huh? Rather than being in good list of good books of some other materialistic person or some other boss or something like that. It's good to be
Okay.
having a desire to be in good books of devotee, because when you are in good books of devotee, Krishna will note you. Krishna will look at you. Oh, my devotee considers this devotee as a good devotee. So I also consider this devotee as good devotee, because he is in the good books of my devotee. That is good. But at
Okay.
the same time, your desire to be in the good books of devotee should not dilute your devotion to Krishna itself. The remedy should not become the cause of your disease. Please understand. The treatment that you should take in such a way that you get cured. Not that you take 3 pills instead of 3 times a day, only one time only you take, and take all the doses, Ayur Poro, 5, 6 doses are there. You take everything together only. And the remedy becomes cause of disease. It's not true. So similarly, the remedy has to be taken as a remedy only. As per the order of the spiritual guide that you have, take the remedy that way. So it's good to have desire to be in good books of a devotee, but that should not hinder or dilute your devotion. Ultimately, why you want to be in good books of devotee? So that you become a good devotee, right? You become a good devotee, you become loving devotee of Krishna. Krishna looks at you and notices you. That is the purpose.
Yes, yes.
Takes you away or distracts you from that goal, then what is the use of being good in the good books of a devotee?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Any other question anybody has? It's so nice to have question answers. So nourishing.
Prabhuji, can I, it could be speculation.
Ask only, please ask, keep asking.
So it could be speculation, but I'm still asking you. So in Aghasura's previous life, you said his father's name was Shankasur.
Shankasur, yeah, Shankasur.
So is it like, I could be speculating, so you can tell me, but is it that like his name is
Not
Shanka?
Shankar, not conch shell.
No, Shanka.
Shanka means doubt.
Doubt. So doubt is the reason for Asin.
Bhagavad Gita says, for the doubting soul, there is no peace in this world and the next. Doubt is something very bad for devotees. Please understand. Our life is meant for getting rid of all the doubts that we have, right? Arjuna said, this doubt is like killing me. Doubt can kill your devotional service if doubt is still persisting. Some people, I tell you, I'm amazed, some people who are many years in bhakti, doing good in bhakti also. But finally, I came to know that they had a doubt in mind whether Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead truly or not. And finally, one of the devotees like that was about to get initiated. And somehow, I don't know what I got intuition from the mind. I told you just wait. You just wait for some more time. And then I came to know that he had that doubt whether Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead truly or not. And within no time after that, he left the movement and he went away. Till today, he is not there. About 20 years have passed. And he has joined some Mayavadi group where he felt that, yes, Krishna is not a person, he is an energy, so you should merge in him. So you can imagine, if there is some basic doubts are there, if you are not dealt with them, then they will destroy your bhakti for sure. So don't take doubts lightly. Run to devotees, ask 50 devotees till your doubts are cleared. But if you harbor a doubt, then it's like putting a rotten mango in your bag. And that rotten mango will smell bad and will also rot all the good fruits that you have in your basket. And the moment you enter in the room, you'll get the smell. And the good fruits have good smell, but you will be overwhelmed with the bad smell of the rotten fruit. So first thing, before only we do anything, take that rotten thing and throw out. At least the good fruits can be maintained nicely. That you have achieved so much with efforts. So this doubt is a dangerous situation. And the doubt doesn't remain there as a small doubt. Doubt will always rot and make things worse for you. It will not just remain there only. It's like an insignificant thing. Yeah, क्या करना है? ऐसा नहीं है. A small insignificant doubt can be powerful enough in the course of time to destroy your whole achievement of bhakti of last so many years. So how do you destroy your doubt? Approach the authority in spiritual life. Approach humbly. Submit your doubt. Pariprashnena sevaya. Then upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. The one who has seen the truth, he will dispel all your doubts. Om ajnanatimirandasya jnananjana shalake. Krishna Surya Sama Maya hai andhakar jahan Krishna tahan nahi maya radhikar. All the darkness of ignorance can be dispelled by the company of a pure devotee of the Lord, who is like Guru, Jnana Anjana. He will deliver you. Again, cognizance of the doubt is very good that you are asking me. If you are cognizant, you are aware that I have this doubt. It's a good thing. That means when you are aware, you go and delete it one day or solve it or cure it. But you don't even know that you have a doubt, then destruction is for sure. Anybody else? Hare Krishna. And all Mondays when I speak to all of you, immediately after you, there are about 50 children waiting on Zoom for me. Balagopalas, Monday and Tuesday. So the children are waiting for me. I should take your leave, and we'll come again. I will tell your friends and everybody else. The next two classes are going to be very scintillating because it is a very beautiful lila, Brahma Sammohn lila is going to come up now with the death of Agasur. And that is some of my most favorite lila. And I will study right, left, center, up and down in depth, and I will tell you all the details of the story. And maybe it'll take 2 lectures or 3 lectures. I'm not going to mention that, but please be there to relish this most wonderful lila. This is the only lila in whole Bhagavatam where Shukdev Maharaj fell unconscious just by thinking of all this. And then I'll tell you next time what happened there. Okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare. Thank you all devotees. Hare.